Hello YouTube, Sir Dragon X here. Today we're going to do part 2 of my interview with Mexico Relocation Guide. In the video coming up next. Welcome back to Retired Life in Mexico, No Bull, where quality of information and integrity come before profit. Today is part 2 of our interview with Mexico Relocation Guide. Before we start our interview, don't forget to join our social media at the links listed below and subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you enjoy the content. It helps me get the word out on YouTube. Today we're going to continue with the interview, and I have a special surprise at the end of this video, so stick around. Let's get on to the interview, shall we?
So, one of the biggest struggles that somebody has with again, Mexico's such a huge country, right? Is a brand new person that's thinking about moving to Mexico might be a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of information that it takes to really find out or narrow down your list of places that you want to visit. Um, and I realized that, and so we started offering relocation tours because a lot of people, they might go on TripAdvisor, they might go on Facebook forums or things like that, and start finding that there's a lot of tours out there, but they focus on the touristic part of moving to of visiting Mexico, not really the relocation part of moving to Mexico, like showing you rentals, showing you what types of hospitals are available, maybe even giving you a ride to a dentist appointment so that you can make the most out of your trip to Mexico while you're doing the scouting trip. And it's so important to do a scouting trip, Ernie. So many people move to Mexico because they heard it was like, wonderful, low cost of living, uh, great weather, et cetera, et cetera. And they really based it's an emotional thing to move, right? And they base so many of those decisions on this emotion of like, oh, it sounds so great. And then they get there and they're like, oh, I didn't realize, it was going to be noisy, or I didn't realize it was going to be this or that. And nobody can experience that for you.
And I can
What
and
ends
I
up
can
happening,
relate.
yeah, and what ends up happening is end up people sometimes sell all their things and they move and they never even visit it, and that can be a really costly mistake. So we started offering relocation tours to help people bridge that gap from I'm interested in this place to I want to go check it out and do the scouting trip, but I don't even know how to set up rentals to go look at. I don't even know what neighborhoods I should go look at. So we pair them up with a local, and then this local drives them around for 3 days, and they look at everything from rentals to different medical facilities. We can even set up for them to meet with a doctor. They look at different neighborhoods, and the local is truly a local expert, so they can give them their point of view as to why you might want to choose one neighborhood versus a different one. Why maybe living on the outskirts of San Miguel de Allende is better than living in the centro, right? Although there are benefits to living in centro, like being able
Hmm.
to walk everywhere. Maybe on the outskirts, you're going to have a car or you're going to have to rely on taxis. So really the relocation tour, we they do visit some touristic parts, right? It's not all like relocation, but the focus is for somebody to leave the tour really knowing, can they envision themselves living there?
And you know what, Maria and I, and without even going to, because people have heard my story on my YouTube channel, and you interviewed me, and I told you my story, and you make a very valid point. Um, I moved here on a whim, actually, and I explained that to everybody. I even explained that last night on my live stream.
Yeah,
And one of the things, now it worked out great for me. I
sure.
love where I live. We picked out the perfect place, but I even mentioned the differences. For example, my wife, she's from Mexico, but she's from the north. Um, I was raised in the Rio Grande Valley, of course, as we discussed before, and most of the Mexican culture there in the Rio Grande Valley is northern culture, the Mexican culture from the north. Um, so we come to the central part of Mexico thinking, okay, we both speak the language. Me, not as well, of course. I was Mexican American, half Puerto Rican, but not as well as my wife. But even something as simple as the way my wife speaks Spanish down here in the central portion of Mexico, people think she's angry or scolding them, and then I've had this bad habit of in the north you cuss a lot. And in the
Mhm.
central part of Mexico, you're a little bit more formal with your Spanish. So when I'm cussing and everyone's looking at me, and those are things that we didn't, we thought, oh, we know what we're doing, and we didn't do a scouting tour like you were saying. Um, the only thing is we had some benefits of knowing the culture a little bit. Uh, but for somebody that's just totally, I want to move there and I don't know what's going on, I think this is a unique opportunity. And there's something unique, I think, about your business that I haven't seen anybody else do. And honestly, your whole business structure, I don't think there is any other business structure like this. This is one of the reasons why I decided to really want to get involved, not with your business, but in promoting what you do. Um, One of the things that I get a lot of times on my comments or questions is, can you recommend a good facilitator in Puerto Vallarta?
Yes,
Well, I can tell you who the facilitators are here in San Miguel de Allende,
yes,
but I can't tell you, well, I could in Puerto Vallarta, but I can't tell you who in Cancun. Um,
sure.
so, it's one of these things where, I really think that you have something very unique that I think can benefit a person that's wanting to come and move uh, to Mexico. Now, as far as these tours, these guides, you do have a website that you
Mhm.
can pick up the guide, book the tours, all of that stuff. Um, I'm going to be placing links, but if you want to go ahead and give the URL
Sure.
for your for your website, but I will be placing links to your website in the description, in the video description. But what's the actual website that you visit for your play? You're also available on Facebook too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Anywhere you look up Mexico Relocation Guide. Our website is Mexico Relocation Guide.com. When you go to the website, it's easy to find tours. It's easy to find this online guide. There are different buttons at the top. It's very easy to navigate. I also want to mention, Ernie, something that's really important about the tours is there's no agenda to sell you anything. This tour guide is not a real estate agent who's going to be pushing a sale on you. There are plenty of real estate agents that will happily give you neighborhood tours, right? But it's very much like, I mean, you're kind of on the hook. You're now in their book of business uh, for you to have some skin in the game, right? I mean, at least that's what they're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
The relocation tours, there is no agenda to sell you anything. You will look at rentals, but there's no agenda to sell you anything. So I think it's really important because I think some people might feel that fear of like, oh, what are they going to want from me?
Well,
There's no agenda to sell you anything.
actually that you mentioned that, Mariana, is I noticed that. Uh, I'll even give an example of your trip to San Miguel de Allende. Um, you actually invited me to have dinner with your group. It was a wonderful group, by the way, very interesting group.
So fun.
Um, and you just asked me to come along and have dinner with you guys so that these people could ask questions. Um, and like I said, I have a nonprofit project. I have no game in the fight other than saying, "Hey, I'm here to answer any questions you may have." So I can vouch for the fact that your tours have nothing to do with selling anything. the people that have participated, like I have participated in one of your tours. Um, I didn't have anything to sell anybody. Um, so, you know, I think that's very important. I think that's one thing that makes your business very, very unique. One of the things that I think your business makes a good match for what I do is, and actually, I noticed this, Mariana. I was looking at your Facebook page one day, and someone made the comment is, you don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Um, and that's you know what? I would have said that, but I think someone else said it better than me. Is that you don't sugarcoat it. And the other thing is that um, you're here to provide a service to do things the right way. One of the things that I've noticed about expat services, uh, immigration services, those types of things is that um, there's some people that'll say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get you your residency," but I gotta have these friends in immigration that we can fix it up. Um, there's a lot of misconceptions. Like right now, you just published the new on your Facebook page, the new residency requirements. A lot of people are saying, no, but I read in a blog that they're lower because they're using this UMA formula. And actually, I'm coming out with a video explaining
Yeah.
that no, they're still being based on the minimum wage requirements. And one thing I noticed is you're right there. You're on top of it, and you're giving accurate information. And that accurate information is for the purpose of doing it correctly, moving here
Absolutely.
correctly, and not ending up being the victim of one of these scams or especially with expat services. I've heard everything from. As a matter of fact, I just got a comment on one of my videos saying that, oh, I heard that all you have to do is come here for 40 days, and if you get the right lawyer, they can
Oh.
fix your residency. Um, and I asked, well, where did you get that source of information? And it happened to be a YouTube channel. And I said, well, unfortunately, that's not correct. And
Yeah.
if someone says they're going to do that, they're probably not on the up and up, and they're not doing it the
Yeah,
right way.
beware.
So
Run.
one of the things that I really like about your relocation guide. So what I have decided, and actually I think we've discussed it, and and I want to make it clear. I think I think that you're a really good fit to build a partnership with you, and not a partnership in the sense that in your business, because I have no financial interest in your business or anything else, uh, but a partnership to be able to say, you know what, this is the place to go for more information. Uh, you know what, maybe I do a live stream every week, every month, but this person does it twice a month. Um, and one of the things that I stressed last night was, you know what, listen to all the information that you can get. And so, what I'd like to announce is that we've come to an agreement uh, that we're going to form somewhat of a public service partnership, because I think that even though you are a business, you are really offering a public service. Um, and it's a very valuable public service. And and I
Thank you, Arnie.
and I am here to say from here on out, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not making any profit off of this. I'm
Nope.
not asking for any kind of. As a matter of fact, I will even say that Mariana has offered to sponsor me, but I have even said that at this point in time, I don't need a sponsorship from you because I am willing to recommend you and willing to support you and support your business and support what you are doing because of the ethics you have and because of what my goal is matches what your goals are. Um, and what I'd like to announce with this partnership
is that anybody, and I will be placing this coupon code and I will be placing an affiliate link. I don't get any profit off of how many times you click on it.
No, I
This,
tried giving Ernie money, you guys. He will not take it.
but what I did ask for, and which I think is reasonable, is that that we're going to have a coupon code that you can get 10% off this relocation guide, and it'll be exclusively offered only to members of the Retired Life in Mexico Noble community. Um, and
You
so I
won't
think
find
that,
this coupon anywhere else. So it's
and
only exclusive to your
and,
audience.
and I'm very proud to say that that we have agreed on this partnership for me to promote your business, and with nothing, with no strings attached, because I really do feel that you're doing the public a service. I myself say that the goal of my channel is to be a public service to the expat community. Uh, and I see your business as being a public service to the expat community. Um, and so,
It's definitely a service. I mean, I know it's a one-time payment for an online guide, and tours are, to answer your question earlier of how much do they cost, um, they're usually $1,200, but that includes access to the online guide and 3 days with a local guide who's going to show
wow.
you around all these areas, plus all your meals. So it does include every meal for those 3 days, ground transportation, and your local guide's time to give you a really good lay of the land. So you do the scouting trip because you don't even have to worry about renting a car. You don't have to worry about knowing where to what neighborhoods to visit, right? Or what questions to ask when you go see these rentals. Your guide can help you out with all of those things. And yes, and Ernie is really true to what he says and he stands for. He says this is a nonprofit service that he offers. He's absolutely right. I've tried offering him a sponsorship, but he wouldn't take it. And instead, he would like to pass on that savings to you guys, his audience. And I fully, 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 fully support that. I'm 100% behind that.
So, as also part of this partnership, from now on, I will be actually releasing another video tomorrow. From now on, your link to your relocation guide is going to be in all of my descriptions of all of my videos, uh, along with the coupon code, of course. And I also really, really highly suggest that even if you don't take advantage of I would say, please take advantage of the guide. To be honest with you, it's probably the most comprehensive guide that I've seen. To be honest with you, there's several other guides that I read, and they're pretty accurate, but yours is probably the most comprehensive. That like I said, one of the things that impressed me the most was, other guides that I've read have been, oh, well, this is the northern part of Mexico looks like this and this and this, and this is the process, temporary residency, or this is the process. But you really go into, hey, if you need help, this is who to call. So I think even that directory that you have is well worth the price of the guide. So like I said, I'll be placing links from now on. And I also suggest that you take advantage of Mariana's live streams as much as you can. Uh, Ask questions, and she's pretty responsive. Like I said, I've been in on actually her one of her last streams. I think it was the last stream that I dropped in on, and she tries to answer everybody's question. I don't think you left a question unanswered.
I try
Uh,
not to.
to be honest with you, I don't think you left a question unanswered, and you do a good job. Actually, you did a heck of a. I had technical difficulties with my live stream, and but I will tell you, you did a probably better job than I did, uh, and I think both of us together, between what you offer and what I offer, and what other people offer too. There's a lot of information out there. I don't discourage people from going other information, but if you want to go and you want to find the right information and the right resource and a one-stop place to find it, and not only that, but on the front end of doing your research, I really recommend Mexico Relocation Guide. And I really am happy and I really am excited about this new partnership that we've formed, Mariana.
Thank you, Ernie. Your words mean so much to me. I admire you so much. What you put out there for people is so valuable. Um, I see it all the time on all these Facebook forums, how people are so thankful for what you're doing. So for you to believe in what I'm doing is means the world to me. I mean, it's like the biggest form of flattery is for you to even invite me to talk to you today.
And not only that, Mariana, I'm trying to build a community. I've got other platforms. I've got the Facebook. I'm doing the live thing. I have a chat room, a Discord chat room where people can go straight in. It's probably the easier way to get a hold of me. I get a lot of comments on my videos. So I try to offer all of these communications platforms and resources per se for people to do their research. And then, like I said, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's an honor for me to be able to offer your resource. So the feeling's mutual as far as it being an honor.
Thank you.
So that'll wrap up our. Do you have anything else that you would like to add, Mariana?
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know about Mexico Relocation Guide yet, and you're like, well, I don't really know who she is, and I don't really know like, what this website's all about, I encourage you go check it out, mexicorelocationguide.com. I have a lot of free resources. I have not only these expat interviews that I've done, these live streams that I've done, I also wrote a pretty lengthy quick guide on living in Mexico that covers everything from introduction to residency visas, how to find rentals, what the typical culture is like in Mexico, some quick Spanish words, tipping, the retiree card that gives you discounts, what it is, what kind of discounts can you get. It has a lot of really good information. And if you read that quick guide, it's called the Living in Mexico Guide. It's completely free. So if you go to the website and click on Living in Mexico, it's a free guide. And it gives you like a quick idea of whether Mexico is something that you want to continue doing some research on. So anyway, I have a lot of free resource. I also have another link that gives you access to examples of rentals in different cities. So you get an idea, right? Like, can I actually afford to live in these areas and what can I get for my money? So anyway, I encourage you to go look at all those free resources if you want to do some research into Mexico Relocation Guide first.
Awesome. And you know what, Mariana? Thank you very much for your time. And everybody, if you need relocation services, this is the person to go to.
Now, that concludes our interview with Mexico Relocation Guide. I'm very excited about my new affiliation with Mexico Relocation Guide. I hope this interview helped, and don't forget to use the coupon, and see you soon!